Okay, right, there we go. We're back, everybody. Hi, everyone. We are back. It's a Sunday morning.
It is another Sunday. Some sunshine today, which is quite nice. So yeah, always good to be up on a Sunday, speaking to you guys, and yeah, it's a highlight of our weekends.
Yeah, it's even sunny here in the UK, so everything is good because it has been pretty dreadful for the last few. I was going to say few weeks, but actually it's been the last few months. So we'll take it. We'll take it, and
We
here we are.
will.
So we were going to just today do a really quick one. Matt and I have just spent about an hour. Matt's got quite a big presentation to give this week on this subject, and so we just went through that presentation. So we're just going to do a quick one, but we just thought so a lot of the comments that we get on the YouTube channel are from people who are quite a lot of you are sort of fairly recently into this journey. You know, we get lots of comments like
Yeah.
this is helping me. I'm, a week in, I'm 6 days in, or I'm a month in, or, 90 days in. And I remember when I stopped drinking, it was really useful to just jump on a YouTube video and have somebody who has already stopped remind you of the benefits and the sort of value and the upsides and just keep you going, just be a bit of a cheerleader for you, I suppose. So I think we just wanted to do a real quick update on that.
Yeah, yeah. Just before we get going, I just wanted to quickly say that for me, those of you out there leaving comments, thank you so much. They really help. They don't just inspire us, but they also help us with the topics we're going to cover. So please like and subscribe. Leave us those comments. They're super important. And for me, when I ventured into sobriety, when I knew it had to stop, I really pulled on YouTube, and I watched YouTube videos every day, and I found that community spirit, that shit, there's other people like me, really helped. So we're here to do that, and please keep watching.
So perfect. And I think with that, we thought we would just do a real quick one just to sort of send a bit of encouragement your way and share, I think, just a couple of examples, a few of the sort of, I guess, sort of high the points that really have resonated and with the benefit of some distance, looking back now, being able to sort of make sense of kind of what you go through when you decide to quit. And one of the, I was talking to Matt about this before we hit the record button, but when I used to drink, so one of my issues was that I just, once I started, stopping was not easy. I would just keep going, and I didn't want the party to end, and I knew that once I stopped drinking, that's exactly what would happen, and so I would sort of continue. I'd often be one of the last people, the last man standing, as they say. And the reason I did it, I think, was obviously there's lots of reasons. One is I thought I was having a great time. I thought I was enjoying myself. I thought, drinking was a sort of was a riot, and I was having a good time. But I think also if I'm really honest about it, I think that I knew that once I stopped drinking, the real world would have to come back. That I would, as soon as I stopped drinking, I'd have to face, when you're drinking, you're not dealing with anything really. You're just having a good time. You're not being accountable to anybody. There are really no deadlines. You're not working. You're just having fun. And I didn't want the fun to stop. But I think there is a deeper context to that, which is I didn't want the fun to stop, but I also was aware that the real life would have to restart again. And with that, the stress and the challenges and all of the kind of, everyday vicissitudes that you have to cope with in life would come back. And of course, even worse than that, I'd be dealing with it with a bloody hangover. So it was a double whammy. So I really didn't want to stop. But the point that I just wanted to make is that when I finally did stop drinking, there was a real double bonus effect that I experienced. One was there's something really liberating and self-fulfilling about dealing with the world when you haven't had a drink. That I remember those first few Monday mornings feeling like, I don't mind having meetings now. I don't mind making that phone call. I'm okay to, because I'm not sort of, semi-nursing the effects of the weekend. And I felt a sense of real pride in myself, and it gave me an energy and just that sort of boost, that the mental boost that I got from that feeling of, I didn't drink it this weekend. I didn't drink this weekend. And here I am, and it's Monday morning, and I'm ready to go. And from that platform, you build a level of stability. And yeah, look, challenges come, but I think Matt's made this point in the past. You're so much better equipped to be able to deal with them. They don't feel as bad, they're not as serious. And it becomes almost, you gain compound interest, because you'll deal with a problem, you deal with it without the effects of alcohol coursing through your system. And you it's like it sort of gets set in your muscle memory. You get better and better at dealing with these things. And actually what I found is, yeah, the problems don't dissolve completely, but they certainly reduced. And life does not become that, the thing to be feared. It actually, for me anyway, it's so much better. It's a real joy. It's an enjoyable ride, rather than something to be feared. So that was just the point, really. I just wanted to make that. It sort of occurred to me, that might be something that, if you're new into this, and that might resonate. That sort of, that idea of keeping the party going, because as long as the party's going, you don't have to deal with anything else.
Totally agree. And I think when we, as we said, we chat before we do these videos, and that was, you were in flow, and I was like, come on, let's hit the record button, because that's super important for anybody who's in this, I call it sort of beginning stage, first month, 30 days, week, whatever it could be. You need to pull on all those inspirational things that are going to help you to keep it going, because that really is the next thing that you need to think about. There is a honeymoon period. There's that period of joy, elation, where you feel like you've conquered things, but the new you will become the normal you eventually. And so it's good to think about these things regularly. And that's why, even today, Mark and I still watch YouTube videos from other people about sobriety, and they're super helpful. So yeah, I totally join you, Mark, on that. The just the weight off your shoulders, I think. And that was something I really want to make clear as well, is when I had that fateful day, that my rock bottom moment. And I'm going to go into that in more detail over the coming weeks, because as most of you know, I've written a book. It's called Man Get Sober. We're going to go through that book almost chapter by chapter, to give you some of the cool things I think, I hope that will be useful for you. But when that day happened, and I knew the game was up. That was it. It was a sad day. It was a tragic day. Really, nothing bad happened, particularly from an outsider's point of view. But for me, it was terrible. And one of the things that I do think about that day is that actually it was relief that I felt that day. It was, this can now stop. This is over now, and I don't need to do this anymore. And that was a great thing. And then just what you get back is just phenomenal. It's I can't explain it. You're absolutely right, Mark. When you're in that drinking mode, you're doing nothing else. You're having fun, in brackets, because it's that short-term reward. It's what makes drugs and alcohol so likable to people, is it's that quick fix of gratification. And actually, studies show that gratification, feeling good about yourself, comes from achieving things, comes from doing something. That could be you got up at 9 o'clock this morning and took the dog for a walk. It could be that you got up early and made tea for your partner, your wife, your spouse, whatever. It could be that you've wanted to write a comic book and you started doing it. Achievement is actually what gives us that huge gratification in life. So I would say in the first 30 days, and what I did was write down on those days, what do you want to achieve, or what are you going to occupy your time with? And it can just be going to the cinema. It can just be, meeting a friend for coffee in the evening. Why not go for coffee in the evening? If you ask me to go for coffee in the evening, I'll come with you. I'll have a bit of carrot cake and a coffee happily. People who don't drink would be happy to do that. So, try and get those things in your mind, and, look at it as a great relief and liberation. And, I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think leave it on that note. I think the fact that you get to feel really good about yourself rather than carrying that sort of underlying a little guilt. I think whenever you're in that mode of drinking, there's always a part of you that is feeling slightly compromised. You're having to hide the fact that you feel as bad as you do. Very often you chew through the day. How many times did I use that phrase? I've just had
Yeah.
to chew through this day. And of course, when you chew through a day of work or whatever it is that you do in your normal life, you build a picture that normal life is tough and difficult and hard going. It's tough mudding. And so, of course, that perpetuates this, habit of drinking. When you stop drinking and you get to enjoy every day feeling clear of mind, more energy, and just not compromised by the impact and the effects, both the physical and the mental impacts of alcohol, feeling pretty shit about yourself, you just get to experience a new version of the world, which is less frightening, and much more enjoyable. And it's really, and it gets better and better the longer you do it. It's like compound interest. It seems to just to the point where I think you get to where we are, which is where you just think, like you said, what a relief. Thank God I don't have to think about that anymore. Thank God I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's such a big relief. It's such a weight lifted off your shoulders. And that's what we want for everybody who, listens to these. That's the point of doing these.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, great way to end. And it was a short one today, but I think useful stuff in there. Hopefully leave us comments, give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe. We've got so much more for you. And, as always, we wish you a fantastic Sunday.
Brilliant. Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening. Give us a like. Please subscribe. Comments are useful too. And never stop quitting. Never quit quitting, I think is what we say. Anyway.
You get
Cheers. Bye.